All right, this is the last part of chapter 4, 4.3. It deals with odds and probability, and it will go from page 163 to 170. Okay, so we're going to be talking basically about the concept of odds. Now, previously we've been talking about probability, experimental probability and theoretical probability. And you've seen, should have watched 3 videos already by now, so you understand probability. Now, what does that mean in terms of talking about odds? Is there a difference between probability and odds, or are they the same thing? Okay, well, probability and odds are very similar. But the difference is that odds compared to probability are a comparison of the number of favorable outcomes compared to unfavorable outcomes, or unfavorable outcomes compared to favorable outcomes. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, let's say we're going to roll a dice. Okay, we know that, let's take a standard 6-sided dice from the numbers 1 to 6, any game board dice. And we know that there's 6 numbers on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could say that the probability, let's say, of rolling, well, let's just say a 1. Probability of rolling a 1 with a dice. And we're going to talk about probability is, we know that there's 6 numbers on a dice, and there's only one 1, so the probability is 1 out of 6. Okay, that's the probability of rolling a 1 on a regular dice. 1 in 6. Okay? Odds, however, are something a little different. Odds are just a comparison of the favorable outcomes versus unfavorable outcomes. So let's take the standard 6-sided dice here. We want to say, well, we know the probability of rolling a 1 is 1 out of 6, but what are the odds of rolling a 1? Okay, well, the odds of rolling a 1 are just the favorable outcomes compared to the unfavorable outcomes. Okay, so the favorable outcomes in rolling a 1 on a dice is 1. And the unfavorable outcomes is not 6, because 1 is included in the 6. If you're not going to roll a 1, you're going to roll a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, which is the 5 other numbers. Okay, so odds of rolling a 1 are favorable, which is 1 chance or 1 shot, compared to the unfavorable outcomes of rolling a 1, which is 5 against. So basically it's 1 4 and 5 against. So that's odds expressed as a fraction, but usually odds are expressed as a ratio. So we would say that the odds of, let me just move this down here a bit, the odds of rolling a 1 is 1 to 5. Okay, this would be odds in favor of rolling a 1. The odds, therefore, against, we could say the odds against rolling a 1 is just the reverse. You've got 5 other chances to roll another number, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, compared to the 1, so it would just be reversed. The odds against is just 5 to 1. Okay? So basically, in a nutshell, odds is a very simple concept. It's just basically a ratio, okay? And this is a ratio that compares a desired event to the number of undesired events, or vice versa. So in this case, the desired event is to roll a 1, so we have a 1 in 5 chance, or 1 in 5 odds of rolling a 1, and the odds against rolling a 1 is 5 to 1. Okay, so it can be favorable versus unfavorable, or unfavorable versus favorable. It can be either one. Okay, so just remember that there is a difference between probability and odds. Probability is a comparison of a chance compared to the total number of chances. Okay, so rolling a 1 out of a total of 6. Odds, however, is favorable versus unfavorable, or unfavorable versus favorable, and it is rolling a 1 compared to the other numbers excluding the 1. Okay? So you can see the difference there. All right, so go ahead and work in your workbook. Once you've finished up to page 170, do the chapter test, and then you should be ready to take the 4.3 test, and then you're ready to do the chapter test. Okay, good luck.